What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Legitical Response. We cover political news, keep you up to date, and keep you informed with everything that the government does, because the government does all kinds of underhanded bullshit that we really don't want them to do. I know it, you know it, we know it, everybody knows it, but what's up, y'all? How the hell's your day going, by the way? Today's a pretty good day. It's not looking too bad outside. We having a pretty chill day. It's Sunday, so everybody's kicking back and relaxing. I hope that's what you guys are doing at home. You know, I was flipping through the news, and, you know, there's not a whole hell of a lot of news going on right now. You know, Ronna McDaniel's now an anti-Trumper, y'all. Oh, big surprise there, right? Ronna McDaniel. And she got hired by NBC. And NBC is whinging over this, y'all. Chuck Todd comes out, oh, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Started running his mouth about it. I'm not going to get into what he says because it was all just BS and full of shit. But we talk about the border a whole hell of a lot on this channel, in case you didn't know. You know, go check out the catalog of videos. I would probably suggest half of my videos have something to do with the border / immigration / criminal aliens. We talk about it a lot. That's kind of what we're talking about today, but we're talking about the other side of the border. Yeah, we're talking about Mexico today, and specifically the cartels and the president of Mexico and his approach, I guess, to quote-unquote fighting the drug cartels. Yeah, he's a leftist, y'all. He seems to be one of these people that thinks, oh, communism's gonna work this time. Check this out, y'all. Mexico's president says he won't fight drug cartels on U.S. orders. Calls it a Mexico first policy. Now, right away, you can listen to that headline and think out, there's several logical inconsistencies with that.
Using magic to explain logical inconsistencies is tight. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, the drug cartels, for one, are in Mexico, so they're a problem for Mexico. Mexico first? What do you mean by Mexico first on that? Because, you know, the drug cartels cause a lot of problems in Mexico. They are the main reason that Mexico has a homicide rate of 28 per 100,000 people right now. Yeah. 28, yeah. The United States averages 7.8 people per 100,000. Yeah. Of course, we do have cities that have a much higher rate than 28, I think. I say much higher. You know, I haven't seen a statistic that shows anything above the mid-30s per 100,000 people in any specific U.S. city. But, you know, we do have a spike in crime right now. We've been had a spike in crime ever since COVID, right? We've had a lot of... But now we're seeing a spike in criminal alien criminality. Hey, I wonder why. Maybe it's because a lot of these South American countries are opening up their prisons and telling their prisoners, hey, you can go to the United States. Mexico ain't going to do nothing to stop you. Yeah, so we've had a butt ton of criminals. And then you get people whinging all across the United States talking about Donald Trump's comments about criminal aliens and dehumanizing these people. Well, you know what? If these people are willing to break our laws to come into this country and then harm the United States citizenry, yeah, I think you deserve a few mean tweets and some bad comments made about you. You deserve to be dehumanized. If you will come into this country, break the law to get here, and then come in and murder, rape, whatever, harm United States citizens in a violent way, yeah, I think you have the right to be called not human. You are evil. What does it mean to be evil? Because if you look at the word evil and you flip it around, what does it spell? To live. So, are we all evil because we're alive? Is that the plan here? Or is that just some kind of grammatic joke that language seems to be playing on everybody, right? I mean, it's just kind of crazy. Let's get into the story before we turn into tangent news around this mother. Here we go. Mexico's president said Friday he won't fight Mexican drug cartels on U.S. orders in the clearest explanation yet of his refusal to confront the gangs. Yeah, I don't think you should do it because the United States is telling you to do it. I think you should do it because they're killing thousands of people in your own country. They are poisoning the blood of your citizenry by handing them out drugs, right? By manufacturing some of these drugs. It's most of the constituent ingredients for these drugs is shipped over from China, right? So China's doing this on purpose. They have to be, for, I guess, as some kind of reciprocity for the opium wars, if you will. You know, we can't prove that outright, but logically work through the steps here, and you can see what's going on. Yeah, that's just a quote-unquote conspiracy theory, but it makes logical sense, and it doesn't take too much imagination to figure this all out. Over the years, President Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador has laid out various justifications for his hugs, not bullets policy of avoiding clashes with cartels. In the past, he has said you cannot fight violence with violence, and on other occasions he has argued the government has to address the causes of drug cartel violence, ascribing them to poverty or lack of opportunities. No, it's because some humans are just outright evil. It's not lack of opportunities. There's plenty of opportunities, right? We can do all kinds of positive things with our lives. We don't have to join a gang, sell drugs, and murder, rape, and pillage places, and do evil things for evil reasons just to be alive, just because there's a quote-unquote lack of opportunities. And as a matter of fact, don't you think that it's incumbent upon you as the president of a country to open up doors for people? Instead of just saying, oh yeah, these people, they're just oppressed and they're just broke, so they're doing anything they can to make a buck. No, I'm sorry. There is evil that is going on within these drug cartels. You have to be a part of that evil, right? To be in that drug cartel. You cannot be a normal human being and go around killing people, or go around selling drugs to people that you know is going to kill somebody. For God's sakes, we have close to 100,000 people die every year of fentanyl overdoses, and some of these people are children. Children somehow get a hold of fentanyl, and it comes in all kinds of forms, folks. That we are finding fentanyl in stuff that fentanyl should not be in. That is evil. Somebody is intentionally poisoning people. It's just outright insane, the lengths these people are willing to go to justify violence. We're not going to fight violence with violence. No, you don't have to fight violence with violence. You just go in and arrest these people, right? Oh, well, you might be thinking, well, they're going to try to shoot back. It's a drug cartel. Yeah, of course. But you know what? After all the dust settles and you've arrested and rounded up all these people and thrown them in a box, there's no more violence, folks. There's no more violence. And then, bam, you just solved a big part of the drug problem. For instance, look what happened in El Salvador. We had a right-wing government take hold, get into place, and now El Salvador is prospering. They eliminated the gangs. They eliminated a lot of the violence, right? They put a lot of these people in a box where they belong. Some of these people do deserve to be in a box. Some humans are not good. Some humans are just evil for the sake of being evil. And when you have drug cartels, these people will gravitate toward these drug cartels. Then now you have organized crime group, a large organized criminal group of people who are being evil just for the sake of being evil. Hey, and they're making money at the same time, right? Who cares? No, I care, because these people are operating with impunity across our southern border. This is not just a Mexico problem. This is a United States problem also. And the fact that the Mexican president doesn't want to do anything about it, I would consider that a rogue state. He is allowing these gangs to murder people, rape people, traffic humans, traffic children into sex smuggling rings. Like what? Why are we allowing this to happen? Why are we allowing these drug cartels to destroy lives? If you really care about the people, if you really care about what's going on inside your country, like a Mexico First policy, that would be the first thing you go after. You would go after these. Sure, you may not have to go after them with violence. You may be able to figure out a way to do it. But you need to do it. You don't need to just say, we're not going to fight violence with violence. You need to put something into action. I don't know what that plan could be. I don't have a solution for that other than taking your army and going in there and doing whatever the hell you have to do to arrest these people, rehabilitate them, come up with a plan to rehabilitate these people, draw the evil out of them if you can do that. But personally, there's some people that are just too far gone that they're just evil for evil's sake. And that's what you have here, I believe, with these Mexican cartels. But on Friday, while discussing his refusal to go after the cartels, he made it clear he viewed it as part of what he called a Mexico First policy. We are not going to act as policemen for any foreign government, Lopez Obrador said at his daily news briefing. Mexico first. Our home comes first. Do you realize that these Mexican cartels are operating out of your own country? They are harming your own citizenry. They are harming your standing in the world. They're making you look like the third world country that you are. This just blows my freaking mind that he is trying to justify not doing anything to these cartels that is harming the crap out of his country. It's holding his country back. It's forcing his citizens have to pay these drug cartels for quote-unquote protection. What kind of protection is it, you say? Oh, well, they're protecting them from other drug cartels. That's right. So you have to pay somebody to keep you protected from something that you shouldn't have to in the first place. There's something definitely wrong with this entire picture. Lopez Obrador basically argued that drugs were a U.S. problem, not a Mexican one. He offered to help limit the flow of drugs into the United States, but only said on a humanitarian grounds. Yeah, whatever, dude. You can virtue signal all the hell you want to, but it's not going to change the fact that if you're sitting on top of the Mexican government and you're allowing these cartels to just operate and do whatever the hell they want to do, this ultimately falls on you. That's why I blame a lot for what's going on Joe Biden. Hey, if this was happening under Donald Trump, I would blame freaking Donald Trump. But no, Donald Trump actually tries to do something about situations like this. Of course, we are going to cooperate in fighting drugs above all because it has become a very sensitive, very sad humanitarian issue because a lot of young people are dying in the United States because of fentanyl, the president said. Over 70,000 Americans die annually because of these synthetic opioids like fentanyl, which are made mainly in Mexico from precursor chemicals smuggled in from China. Lopez Obrador's view, like many of his policies, harken back to the 1970s, a period when many officials believed that Mexican cartels selling drugs to gringos was a U.S. issue, not a Mexican one. And they're acting like Mexicans don't do drugs as well. They're acting like, yeah, this doesn't affect them whatsoever. Do you realize how many people die annually from these drug cartels that are a direct result of these drug cartels? It's a lot. So that's a humanitarian crisis right there. Just go arrest these people. You have an army. You can do it. The violence would be over at that point. If you go all out, like I said, look at El Salvador, what they done. They cleaned up their streets and their citizens feel safe these days. You would probably feel safer in El Salvador than you would in Brownsville. Huh? Yeah, supposedly the greatest nation on earth. Explaining why he has ordered the army not to attack cartel gunmen, Lopez Obrador said in 2022, we also take care of the lives of the gang members. They are human beings. No, they're not. They may look and act like human beings. but they're just evil incarnate. He has also sometimes appeared not to take the violence issues seriously. Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me. In June 2023, he said of one drug gang that had abducted 14 police officers, "I'm going to tell on you to your fathers and grandfathers," suggesting they should get a spanking. I wonder how the citizens of Mexico feel about that. Yeah. I asked about those comments at the time. Residents of one town in western Mexico state of Michigan,
What?
something, who have lived under drug cartel control for years, reacted with disgust and disbelief. "He is making fun of us," said one restaurant owner who asked to remain anonymous because he, like almost everyone else in town, has long been forced to pay protection money to the local cartel. The president said out loud what we had suspected for a long time, that his administration is not really fighting the drug cartels, said Salcido, the security analyst. He has also decided to administer the conflict, setting up what may have to be a crusade against the cartels in the future that he won't have to fight. And that is what my whole point is. He's trying to brush this off as if nothing to see here, folks. There's nothing going on, nothing wrong with the cartels. They're human beings too. They're just doing their drug cartel business over here. Don't look at death totals. Don't look at all the violence. Don't look at all the children's lives completely ruined because of this crap. Don't look at what's going on in the United States. Oh, Mexico first. We got to take care of Mexico, y'all. This just absolutely blows my mind that you have organized crime gangs like this and nothing is being done about it whatsoever. He could seemingly care less about the lives affected by these cartels. They're affecting a lot more lives than just in Mexico. They're operating with impunity across that southern border. And guess what, folks? Our government's just as guilty as well for allowing it to happen. They are also aiding and abetting criminal activity from these cartels because these people that are coming to this country have to pay these cartels, $5,000 to $15,000 per head to get into this country. It's a must. Otherwise, you get caught going through cartel territory, they'll kill you. Or they'll throw you in, if you're a woman or a child, they'll throw you into some kind of sex trafficking ring, and you'll be tied to that for a very long time. It'll destroy you. And they are willing to just overlook it like nothing's going on here, folks. These people are humans. Let them do whatever the hell they want to do. But that's all I got for this one, y'all. I want y'all to let me know what y'all think about all this down in the comment section. This absolutely disgusts me, and it blows my mind that Orbrador is like hands-off approach on this. We're not going to fight violence with violence. That doesn't make any sense sometimes. Like I said, these people are evil just for the sake of being evil. So, if they want to be a part of the cartels, to me, they are no longer human beings. They are something less than human beings. But, let me know what you think. That's all I got for this one. I want to thank everybody for watching. And y'all try to have a good day and be positive. Peace.